Today, we are watching some trailers. We'll talk about some new shows coming out. A lot's going to happen this summer with a lot of shows because it is another season of us eating the buffet that is anime right now, because we're getting some of the best shows coming out, some of the best sequels coming out. It's been a ridiculous time. It's so nuts to even sit here and just be like, damn, anime is still just kicking it. It's still doing numbers. It's just doing everything great. It's awesome. We have a lot to discuss today, brothers. Looking at my anime list, first of all, already bangers? Question mark? Bangers? I hope y'all are feeling it. Let's talk about it. First of all, Mushoku Tensei. I know people feel a way about Mushoku Tensei, blah, 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 blah. It's weird. Stuff happens. Ignore all of that, okay? Let's ignore all of the weird stuff, okay? Here's the weird stuff. Ugh. It's gone. Now, Mushoku Tensei in itself with all that stuff, yo, that shit is fire. Come on, that shit is cool. I think it's a great time. It's one of my favorite isekais just because of the story with Rudy and how, not even just the aspect of him dying and having to deal with the trauma that he had in his former life into this world, but also him dealing with that world in itself, how ridiculous it is, the traveling that they go upon, the adventures, the people that they fight, the magic. Some of the weird stuff happened in season 2 with the whole erectile dysfunction thing. That was a weird arc, but interesting how they played into it and, you know, let it become its own thing and how the story kind of progressed. I thought it was weird, but I thought overall that it was a fun time, and you know, it showed itself to be something different in its capacity that the show was. Yujo Senki. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about Yujo Senki, right? Yujo Senki is I mean, we had the first one come out way back in the day, maybe like 2014, 15, 16. It was a while ago, right? It was at least 10 years ago. I feel like we got Yujo Senki. I don't remember when it first came out, but Yujo Senki, kind of a banger. Another isekai. Traveling to another world. That's the premise of Yujo Senki is actually top 5. Like, it's so good being in a story like this when you see a guy who didn't believe in God turning into a little girl. That's already in itself like a question mark at the end of that sentence, right? But him having to pray to the god to use the power and all that stuff, I thought it was a really good premise. The military aspect, so good. It's so crazy how you can take, and there's a couple other shows like this. I couldn't remember off the top of my head right now, but their utilization of the military and how that she can't just do whatever she wants willy-nilly. How you get a lot of isekai where they typically have a person who eventually becomes overpowered, of course. They kind of, in a sense, could do whatever they want. They kind of choose not to. But in this world, she is restricted. And she may be, I don't know, one of the strongest right now. I don't really remember much. I don't think she was the strongest in the world. She's pretty strong, of course, but being restricted and her having to listen to certain commands from higher ups, I thought it was a really good point in the show, just showing that, okay, you are strong, you can kind of do essentially to a certain extent whatever you want, but at the end of the day, she is still bound by the military, listens to the higher ups, and does not act on her own accord. I thought it was really interesting part of the story, and I thought it's a very different aspect of a lot of anime where people typically can do whatever they want, but they just choose not to. But she literally can't. She just has to listen to the people in the higher commands of the army, and seeing her work her way up, you know, do things for the military that she may not want to do at times. It's just a really great story. I think it deserves a sequel finally after all this time. And of course, just a billion other shows coming out, a lot of shows continuing throughout the season, like ReZero and whatnot. But overall, there's so many shows, there's so many things we have to look at, the trailers coming up, and it's just an insane time for all this anime. We're just drowning in anime right now. First trailer that I want to talk about, Black Clover's second season. First of all, can we get a round of applause for Black Clover, please? I know it's not the great, people will have their opinion. It's Black Clover, come on. Black Clover was a great time. It was a fun time. I enjoyed it for what it was, regardless of many imperfections that the show had. It was just something that you could just enjoy. One of the newest shonen that came out at that time, where there was no, you know, new generation of shonen characters, and then we got the My Heroes, the Black Clovers, the Dr. Stones, JJKs came a little bit after, but still it was in that group. And finally getting this season, which I would argue is going to be the best season of Black Clover, with all the fights, all the characters, all the things that go on in this arc specifically. Everything after that, who cares? When I tell you, if you've not read the manga or anything like that, this is the arc. This is the hands down the best arc in Black Clover, bar none. Some of the fights, there's only 2 fights specifically that I need to see, and then I'm good. I'll be done with Black Clover. It can do whatever it wants. I know the manga's over. Some people didn't like the manga ending. I haven't gotten around to reading it yet, but for this arc in particular, with a couple of specific fights, bar none, this is gonna be the best arc of Black Clover. Even though they had some really fun arcs previously and whatnot, they had some fun parts of the story, but this arc right here will be the best, hands down. Let's talk about it. It's clean. It looked good. It's a classic. Oh my god. Demon Slasher Katana. Look at him. It's crazy to think this nigga got so ripped too, by the way. I mean, he's jacked as shit. Scrawny little kid in season 1 to this monster. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yo, look at it, brother. Oh my god. Come on. I will say, one thing about Black Clover that they never should have did was give Yuno every power in the world. That was the one thing that I thought was crazy. That was one of the things I'd never really understood in Black Clover, where they kept giving Yuno the craziest power-ups when he didn't deserve any of them. Dude was everything in one. Like, god damn. Just give him every power. Just make him the Wizard King. Just make him the fucking Wizard King while we're at it. Merely a Leona, still powerful as hell. Oh my goodness, bro. Looks good. Music's fire. Oh my, they're showing a lot too. Yo, they are showing, goddamn. It's pretty wild exactly what they're showing too. They're showing a lot. I guess because the manga's already finished, so they're like, who gives a fuck? If you didn't read the manga, it's your fault, I guess. But they're showing a lot of what's going on right now, especially with a lot of people's powers. Yo, look at that. Yami. Oh my goodness, brother. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it though. Holy shit. Yo. It's looking good. It's looking good though. It's looking good. Next trailer, we have Solo Leveling Beyond the System, which is very interesting because this is not the next season, but a movie. A very interesting move that a lot of anime are doing, which I'm not mad at. I wish this happened with Attack on Titan instead of just churning out part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. Whatever they did, just extra part after extra part. Just give us a movie. Yo, it continues the story, although it takes a lot longer, but again, with movies, even though the wait will be worth it with the animation and everything, and we'll get through a certain section of the story a lot faster as opposed to going through 12 episodes. And I'm sure people will still love to get the series and watch those episodes, but just getting a full-length movie, can't complain. Not mad at it. I think it's a great thing to do. I think a lot of stories should implement things like that when their arcs are a little bit... There's a certain... You can't do it with every arc, of course, but when arcs are short enough and you're like, we could make this to a movie, get some money off of it, go crazy with the animation, get more people into the show because it's a movie, as opposed to, you know, some people don't want to sit down and watch 12, 13 episodes of a show, 20 episodes of a show, and like, god damn, it's not really pulling me in. Some episodes felt like filler. A movie straight through, you kind of get into it like, okay, I'm ready to keep on watching this now because the movie was so fire. So I think it's a good thing to do, and we should always keep on making movies. Plus, I mean, anime movies in general need to make a comeback. They're still doing their thing. We got Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, it's okay, you know what I mean? Demon Slayer's fun, but I remember growing up, movies, anime movies were a real special thing, you know? Even if they, looking back at the movies, they weren't necessarily the most high quality thing in the world, and they weren't necessarily breaking the box office, but they still held a great place in my heart, you know? Those announcements of Saturday night movies on Toonami's. Oh, we're gonna get Dragon Ball Fusion Reborn, Spirited Away, Akira. You're like, I remember on Monday thinking, yo, I can't wait till Saturday night because it's gonna go crazy. And that's, you know, the feeling we don't necessarily get, at least I don't anymore, just because the movies aren't necessarily coming out. And movies do come out, but it's just not the same. It kind of just, they just kind of get them out there in the world. It's not really a big excitement for them. There's that feeling of like, damn, like I'm really excited to watch this movie. Maybe I have to be interested in the show, but I don't know. It's a moment that kind of came and went, where now it's just kind of, you know, it's not as much of a spectacle as it used to be. Solo Leveling Beyond the System. Let's see what they're talking about. Is this real life, by the way? This is animated. This is actual real life footage. Or it's just CG. Hold on, can we get some captions real quick? All right, he's talking to my ears right now. Yeah. Ooh. Interesting blend of the CG. I'm not mad at it. It looks decent. Oh, Rise. Yo, he's about to go crazy. I've got no choice but to level up. Solo level in the movie, bro. That's absolutely insane. I mean, granted, we didn't see much in the trailer. Just him ore farming as always. But very excited for this. We'll hopefully get another trailer. Of course, we probably will. But, man, this is going to be nuts. Especially seeing that we're getting a lot of CG things. You know, I mean, at this point, it's not really much of a complaint because... You know, back in the day, oh, something was CG. Oh, Jesus Christ, CGI, what the hell? Now it's kind of like they kind of do a decent job with implementing the 2D and the 3D. It comes very well together and whatnot. It's not really noticeable or too much where you're like, Jesus Christ, this just ruined the whole entire movie for me. It looks fine. It looks decent. I think they're going to do a pretty good job with it. And overall, the movie's going to go insane. Now for the piece de resistance, Jimoto Psycho, which came across my timeline. And I saw it for maybe about 3 seconds. And I said, I gotta watch this. I gotta react to this. So I have not seen the full version, but I saw literally like 10 seconds of it and was like, okay, we need to discuss this. Because this is interesting. This is very different. And so far, this is all I saw. I'm like, okay, what are we doing? And then you start seeing stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. This is all I saw. I said... Huh? I turned this off so quick. Said, no, I need to watch this like this with the camera and everything. I turned it off because I'm like, why does this little girl have a gun? What's going on? What's about to happen? Somebody call 911. And did we do it? It was cocaine? Nah, bro. This is the Robot Chicken of anime. Like, what the hell is happening right now? I'm not mad at it though. It's different. I don't even know. Oh, is that weed? Oh my god. Okay, I didn't see all this. They're tripping out on balls, fighting each other, got guns. Yo. Okay, nah, bro. And this is what we need, bro. This is what I have been asking for. Not this specifically. But this is what I talk about when it comes to anime. Is that we get so much fluff and so many isekais and so many adventure stories. This is what we need. And of course, you're going to always have that needle in a haystack with something like this. Off the rip, you can already tell it's going to be different. But I just enjoy the fact that we're constantly getting something. Even though it's always like 1 or 2 shows, it's just something different. Something that just shows to stand in its own way and not be another cookie cutter. All right, here's another shonen story of a guy who looks cool and has friends and they travel and they fight a big bad guy or whatever. It's like, no, this is something. The concept is different. They're doing shit with drugs and they're fucking, they combine comedy and cute little playful art styles with this really creepy, scary, visceral type of setting. Bro. And this isn't coming out till way later. Jimoto Psycho. Bro, I'm not mad at it. I am not mad at it. It's coming soon on Netflix. Alright, okay. I think that's enough trailers. There's still a couple more trailers that we could talk about. Cyberpunk Edge Runners and whatnot. Again, I think we get the idea. A lot of shows coming out. It looks absolutely insane. I think there's a lot to discuss and a lot to talk about with all these shows coming out. So that was kind of just my idea of it, and I want to, eventually talk about more of these shows as the episodes are coming out, just to, get the feel for everything, get the general consensus on what's happening in this goddamn community with these new shows and whatnot. So let me know how you guys are feeling about these new shows coming out, and yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting summer with all these shows and sequels and whatnot coming out. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later and see ya.